Dub Nation, these are January subscriber numbers. As you can see, the Lakers report here at Chat Sports has 701 subscribers, whereas Warriors Today has 649. I challenge you, Dub Nation, to send this video to whoever you know is a part of the nation. If you guys haven't already, hit that sub button because I know Warriors fans hate losing to the Los Angeles Lakers. What's going on? I am your host of Warriors Today by Chat Sports Allie Barefoot, and I know you guys have been hearing a lot of trade rumors that have been going around the NBA as the NBA trade deadline is inching closer and closer day by day. However, on today's show, I want to break down the perfect fit for the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to talk about my three main goals the Golden State Warriors need to accomplish by the NBA trade deadline, and I know these are going to be foot's goals, but I've read a lot of your comments, and I know a lot of you are going to agree with what I think the Golden State Warriors need. Because, look, their future is bright. Look at how much they have in their draft capital right now in terms of what they are able to do and how they are able to do it. They can do they have first-round picks every single year up until 2030. They've got a couple protected picks in the mix along with some second-rounders. But a lot of the people that have come out and said, hey, we are open to having trade talks with numerous teams, they mainly always ask for one thing, and that's draft picks. Well, thankfully, the Golden State Warriors have plenty if they do actually want to make something happen by February 8th, that trade deadline. And something that needs to happen. This is not a want. This is a need. The Golden State Warriors need more protection around the rim. While I know a lot of Warriors fans out there have been saying the Warriors need a true big, they just need size. While those things do play hand in hand with rim protection, I don't think Golden State Warriors really buckle down and realize how much they are really lacking here at the rim. So, according to B-Ball Index, the top 10 anchor bigs in the D. LeBron category of the NBA is that Rudy Gobert is number 1. Mitchell Robinson's number 5, who hasn't even played half of the season. And then you've got Kevon Looney at number 9 in this category. And an anchor big in the NBA is your true big center. The one that really dominates in the paint, that one, the only purpose that he has is to defend that rim. Well, Looney right now is allowing opponents to score 63.1% of their shots within 6 feet of the basket. As an anchor big, that is a horrible stat line. Smitty and I even looked it up later and we're like, well, let's go ahead and compare it to somebody else, say Rudy Gobert, who's allowing about 54% from that range. So Kevon Looney being the primary big for the Golden State Warriors, although they have mix and match some Dario in there, maybe even some Draymond Green. We've gotten to see some flashes of Trace Jackson Davis. I think we can all agree that Looney has been the primary big for the Golden State Warriors, and this number right here proves how bad they are at rim protecting. So, by the NBA trade deadline, I would like to see a true big. A big that has been playing in the league for many years, and a big that can actually come in immediately and defend the paint. Well, of course, that is going to be Nikola Vucevic. Of course, you are going to combine Alex Caruso to be in this trade as well, because most of the trades that I do offer here are going to be giving you more than one player, because I think the Warriors need help in a lot of areas. I think adding Alex Caruso can definitely solve a bit of a secondary shooter position. You got Vuce there at the center, and of course, Chicago Bulls have been ready to clean house since before the season even started. To get these players, you will have to give up Andrew Wiggins, which I know a lot of Warriors fans are okay with. Kevon Looney, because why would you need Vuce if you still have Kevon Looney in 2026 first-round pick? Because I did talk to Bulls Report insider at Chat Sports here, Patrick Seaman, said you're not getting anybody for less than a first-round pick. Overall, I do have a lot more to discuss talking about foot's goals for the Golden State Warriors, and I do have a couple more trades I want to propose to you guys. So, if you guys do want to find out what is coming next for the Golden State Warriors, I need you guys to keep watching because I've got some spicier trades coming your way. But first, I have to tell you about our sponsor here on Warriors Today. Of course, that is Factor Meals. Factor Meals is a fresh, never frozen, ready-to-eat meal delivery service. It's going to be arriving at your front door and ready to eat in less than 2 minutes. And this is not frozen food. This is better than takeout. This is better than the Trader Joe's frozen food section, although I do love Trader Joe's. Why? Because these are actually crafted by real chefs, not a machine. They're dietitian approved, and they're nutritious, healthy lifestyle meals. You can choose from over 35 different recipes. You can pick between 4 meals to 18 meals per week in your package, and you can also pause and reschedule some deliveries. And guys, take it from a lady, Valentine's Day is coming up. If you really want to spoil your girl, they do actually have a Gourmet Plus option where they can send you a very nice meal that it's going to look like a chef created it, because guess what? They actually did. It just wasn't you. So if you guys want to go ahead and get started, all you have to do is go to factormeals.com/dubschat50. Be sure to use that promo code dubschat50 because that's what's going to get you 50% off. And one more time, just go to factormeals.com/dubschat50. Be sure to use dubschat50 for 50% off. Another area that's been severely lacking for the Golden State Warriors has been the scoring issue. And we all understand that Steph Curry is the only player scoring over 20 points per game for the Warriors through 40 games. How about a movement shooter? How about a shooter that's primary position is to not stand in the corner, but instead cut, continuously get open, have a smooth finish, and a quick jumper? I'm looking for a ball handler, secondary mainly, but puts up more points than somebody like Chris Paul. Because look, you need a role player that's already been in a fast-paced offense. If you want to go ahead and get some other team's bench players and add them to the roster to possibly move them in the rotation, that's fine, Steve Kerr and Mike Dunleavy, you do that. But instead, I would rather go out and get somebody that is currently playing for one of the best offenses in the Eastern Conference right now. And when I say that, I am talking about the Indiana Pacers. They did make it very clear a few days ago that they are very open to trading Obi Toppin and Buddy Hield. I'm going to let you guys take a second and guess which player I'm talking about, because guess what? It's not Obi Toppin. I am talking about Buddy Hield and what he's done for the Indiana Pacers, a very star-studded Pacers roster so far this year. 13 points per game, that's right up there with Wiggins and Kevon, and Jonathan Kuminga. His assists aren't Chris Paul numbers, but I'll take 2.5. 44% from the field is fantastic. 38% from the three is even better. I have really enjoyed the way that Buddy Hield plays, and I think he could fit seamlessly into an offense that's crafted by Steve Kerr. And here's an interesting trade proposition. I've read your comments. I understand that ever since Draymond Green got suspended, a lot of Warriors fans have kind of been rolling off the Draymond Green train. Well, here's a trade that could possibly send Draymond Green to a very offensive-minded team like the Indiana Pacers. You would get Buddy Hield, and you would secure Isaiah Jackson for about $2.5 million, which is not bad for a center right now that can kind of come in and play ahead of somebody like Dario or play ahead of Trace Jackson Davis. To get them, you're going to have to give up Draymond Green, who's about $22 million, and a second-round pick. I understand that this is going to solve your secondary shooter position. This will also solve your big problem as you're going to get a 6'10" Isaiah Jackson in this trade. But all you got to do is break up the trio of the Golden State Warriors, which is a lot easier said than done. I have presented two big trades to the Golden State Warriors Dub Nation fandom right now. But now is your turn, because this channel will be nothing if I didn't listen to you guys. That's why we have this channel here at Chat Sports, to hear your opinion. So go ahead and comment your perfect NBA trade move for the Warriors by the NBA deadline down below, while I talk about my third goal that I would like the Golden State Warriors to accomplish by February 8th, and that's to add more athleticism on the wing. I understand that Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga do not play well together. Then what the heck is the point of keeping the two of them on the same team? I feel like a broken record, and I get more and more pissed off watching every single game. So what I want from the Golden State Warriors here is a wing with a smooth release and a quick jumper. I want a catch-and-shoot type of guy. That if you're going to have somebody like a Buddy Hield that's going to come in and be a secondary shooter, more of a movement shooter, well, then you can afford to have a stationary shooter that kind of lingers around the perimeter. Well, my number one thing when I think of somebody like this is Bogdanovic. 20 points per game. There is your answer right there. He is 34 years old, so I cannot hear Steve Kerr say, well, he's not a veteran. I can't play him because he's not over the age of 31. Well, he exceeds that. 2.7 assists per game, 47% from the field, which is fantastic. 40% from the three-point line is even better. He's been dealing with a bit of injuries off and on, but look, the Pistons are terrible this season. And the fact that Bogdanovic can put up those kind of numbers still night in and night out means that he is an excellent player on a very shitty team. Well, why don't you go ahead and put him on a very good team? Has a possibility of being a great team, the Golden State Warriors. Now, if Bogdanovic does come to the Bay Area, let's go on ahead and grab Jaden Ivey, the 21-year-old, the shooting guard who is making a name for himself on the offensive front. Why don't you go on ahead and pair him up in the 2 position and put JK at number 3? I want to see how those two work on the floor together. And to get him, once again, giving up Andrew Wiggins, and you will have to give up like somebody like Moses Moody. The Pistons have said time and time again, look, they need to start rebuilding. They want younger players, so you're going to have to give up Moses Moody, who's about $3.9 million. But I'd rather give up Moody than Jonathan Kuminga, and you don't really have to give up any draft picks for this one. So, now that I presented 3 big-time trades that fit my needs for the Golden State Warriors, I want you guys to go on ahead and pick a trade that I have introduced to you guys. Go on ahead and type CHI for Chicago Bulls, type IND for the Indiana Pacers, and type DET for the Detroit Pistons on which trade do you like the best. If you don't like any of these, comment and tell me why. Because here is my perfect Warriors trade deadline. I specifically want these 3 players to come in. I want Vucevic, I want Hield, and I want Bogdanovic to come in. That's going to answer a lot of positions for the Golden State Warriors. You're continuing to rebuild around Steph Curry and giving him some assets, for the love of God. Players leaving, Andrew Wiggins, sayonara. Draymond Green, that's going to be a very controversial type of trade, but I have seen what you guys want, and that is to get rid of Green. And Kevon Looney, look, there are a lot better centers out there right now, and Kevon Looney averaging about 5 points per game is doing nothing for the Golden State Warriors when he's allowing opponents to shoot 65% from inside the paint. You're just not getting a lot for what he's giving. So, overall, that's what I have to offer you guys. Go ahead and comment down below. And like I said, we are in a subscriber battle. Do not let me down. I need Dub Nation to rally together and to knock out the Lakers Report, who've had 701 subscribers this month, while the Warriors have had 649. If you guys don't want to lose the Lakers, which I know you don't, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me.